Depression, discouragement, fear, these are all real life feelings and emotions that people and even believers experience in their life. So what do you do about it?
If you don't be careful, you start listening to everything that they're saying in the world, you can really get your mind off focus off what you need to be on.
Coming up, we have some verses that are going to give us some encouragement and hope to help us get through those discouraging and fearful times.
And get your mind back on what it needs to be, which is Yahuwah and his word.
Stay tuned. Hey, thank you for checking in the Word Made Fresh once again, where everyday believers are coming to learn and to share their knowledge in the Word so that we can continue to sharpen one another, as well as share just some practical everyday living tips that help us as believers to walk further in our faith and closer to our Almighty Jehovah God. If you're new, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And if you're not new and you are already a part of this community and endeavor, we want to say thank you for joining us once again. Please continue to share this content and check in. I am your co-host Solomon.
And I'm your co-host Dion. Let's dig into this word, y'all.
Yep. So do believers get discouraged? Yeah, of course they do. Are believers fearful? Sometimes, of course we are. But what do we do in those times? What's the resolve for that? Well, do like David did, where the Bible says that he encouraged himself in Jehovah. But how do we do that exactly? Well, of course, we always turn to the Word. Mm-hmm. One of our favorite passages of many, especially myself, is Isaiah 26:3 that says, "That will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee." But the verse doesn't stop there. It says, "Because he trusteth in thee." I have to take my focus off of what's discouraging me and put my focus in the right place. And I start seeing how big he is and how small my problems are. And that discouragement starts to fade little bit by little bit the more I stay my mind on him. But mainly it's because when my mind is stayed on him, I realize his character and who he is. And that helps me to trust in him, like the end of the verse says. And so the more I trust in him, the more encouraged I become, because I know that he can do all things.
That's right. You realize our lot as believers, that's something we just called to have to go through. We're sharing the sufferings of Yeshua. But the sufferings is only a temporary thing that we have to go through for this season in our lives. Mm-hmm. So often reminded of the verse in Romans 18 when he says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time, they're not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." There will become a day when all our work and all our toil and all our, time that we put in seeking the kingdom and being obedient followers of Yeshua, where it's going to pay off. Yeah. His glory is going to be revealed in us when we're made just like Yeshua. Right. There will be no more sorrow, no more pain, no more suffering. Every tear will be wiped away. All those things are going to occur. Right. And if you keep that in your mind and you stay focused on that, you'll realize, there's no reason for me to get down and discouraged, because this is just for a season in my life. Yeah. I'm also led to Romans 8:35, and it says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Messiah? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us." He said, "For I am persuaded that neither death nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yah, which is in Messiah Yeshua, our Adon." Mm-hmm. He pretty much put down the whole gauntlet of everything that we can deal with. Yeah. Amongst all that, no matter what happens, I know at the end of the day, he'll still love me. Yeah. He gives me so much encouragement in his word. And if I can really believe him and hold him to what he says in his word, which he wants us to do, right, you have as much joy and peace that you need.
Jesus Christ, he was the ultimate encourager, the ultimate comforter. And in John 16:33, he says, "These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." You look up the word world, he's talking about the arrangements, the governments, the institutions. Really, it's what we call like the world system. Living in this world, this sin-cursed world, you're going to have trials and tribulations. However, he says, I've overcome that world system. I've overcome everything that this world can throw at you. And as long as you place your faith in what I said, in my commandments, and you continue to live on those, like he says in 1 John, that's our victory, is our faith. Mm-hmm. And he said, you'll overcome that. And he says, because of that, when you trust in that, you can have peace. So whatever the storm comes, you already know I have victory already. Another verse is going back to Isaiah 40:31 that says, they that wait on Jehovah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. That word wait, we think we're just waiting around, not doing anything. But when you actually look up that word, it means not only just to hope, but it's to hope with expectation, meaning you know that he's going to come through.
Yeah.
So you're hoping with expectation, but not only that, the word actually means to bind together, means to collect, meaning that while you're waiting or hoping with expectation, you're actually binding yourself upon Jehovah. Like you're sticking to him in those troublesome times. He's taking you to new heights. That's why he got to give you wings. You're running further than you ever ran before because you're sticking to him, and so you're not getting weary. You're walking down paths that you would have never walked before unless you were sticking with him.
Yeah.
And so when you look at that word wait, never look at it again as if you're just sitting back and doing nothing. No, it means you're getting closer and closer and closer to the Father, closer and closer to Jehovah. And so he's taking you through those troublesome times like you've never been before.
Talking about waiting, it's another verse that I think about, and it says, rest in Yahuwah and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. And that is found in Psalms 37:7. People in this world who seem like to be prosperous, they're the successful ones, maybe the business people, all have all these different things, they accumulate in all these things. And you might ask yourself, I'm doing what's right. I'm struggling to do what's right.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to live right, not to stay away from sin. But it seems like we're getting the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
But you can't look at just what's in front of you and say, this is the end result. Because just like this verse says, he says, wait patiently. You just gotta wait. Like he said, you gotta cling to him. And know that if I hold on to him, that's the end result. What I'm saying, I'm gonna be the one that he's gonna prosper. You'll be the one who will be standing firm on the rock, because the whole time while all this stuff was going on, you held on to him.
That's right. That's right. And another passage that I believe is an encouragement to us if we ever find ourselves down is Romans 8:28 that reads, and we know all things, he said, all things work together for good to them who love God, who are the called according to his purpose. And when I put that into perspective, that means like everything that I'm going through in this life is really for my good. He's going to work it out. At the end of the day, no matter what the trial is, no matter what the temptation is, no matter what the tribulation is, all those things, he knows how to use them to shape and to mold me to who I'm supposed to be. Listen, no matter what I'm going through, it's going to work out for my good, because that's the promise from the word of God.
If you lose sight of the fact that he is the one that's behind the scene working and orchestrating absolutely every aspect of your life, and so maybe I can't understand what this situation is for. Maybe I can't grasp of what he's doing in my life, but if I trust in him, if I wait on him, and if I understand that he only is working it for my good, to conform me to the image of his son, then I can be good with that.
Right, absolutely.
So one of the keys to life is learning how to be content.
Learn how to be content.
If you can learn how to be content, guys, and with whatever it is he's placed before you, then you'll start to be able to really experience a true joy and true peace. Because it's no longer like I'm unsatisfied because I don't got this. I'm unsatisfied because I don't got. But he said, you know what? This is what I have. I'm gonna make the most out of it. Hebrews 13:5, it says, let your conversation, meaning your conduct, how you live your life, be without covetousness. And another way of kind of describing covetousness is, just I see that I want it. I see that I want it, wanting things. And it says, and be content with such things you have. For he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. He's saying, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about it. I think about the verse in Matthew when he talks about how he cares for the birds and the trees. He clothes the grass in the field. All these different things. He said, just like you don't have to worry about what you're going to eat or what you're going to drink, I got you. Every single aspect of your life, I got you. He said, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to forsake you. He said, so don't spend your life trying to worry about having this and getting this and having that. Just be satisfied with what I'm giving you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times he gives you certain things at certain seasons of your life so you can kind of grow and learn how to be a good steward with it.
Yeah.
And after you showed yourself worthy and a good steward, then he can come and he can bless you with more. He can trust you with more.
Hey, listen, that's it. I'm pretty sure there are tons of more verses that you even have, and we would love to hear them as well. So don't forget to drop those down in the comments. Maybe they'll help encourage someone else. And if we had to kind of summarize everything we talked about within all those verses, I would say first we have to make sure that we shift our focus off of our problems onto our Almighty and Most High God.
Absolutely. We also want to remember that waiting is when we're actually drawing closer to the Father, that we're binding ourselves to Him, not just sitting around, but drawing close to Him and holding on to Him.
Yes, absolutely. And then lastly, make sure that we have the end in sight. Have the end in sight. We understand that these sufferings are just a light affliction, as Paul says. We have a much, much more weightier glory.
Absolutely.
Hey believers, once again, you taking your time out and you spend it here with us at Word Made Fresh, so we appreciate you. If you received any value whatsoever and even some encouragement, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new, please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell so that you don't miss each and every week as we release a new video. And if you've already subscribed, continue to check in, continue to comment, continue to share those suggestions as well, and keep on coming back. And once again, you know, as we always say, don't forget to learn the Word,
live the Word,
and share the Word.
And don't forget to drop some comments, y'all, because I'm waiting to see some comments. I'm looking, I ain't seeing no comments. Put some comments in the box.
Word.